Hey, how are we all doing today? Please tell me everything's working again fantastically again today. I keep getting random disconnects today. I don't know what's going on. It's always on the American realms. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just getting over what I think's been a chest infection, so I might still be coughing quite a bit on this stream, but we'll see how it goes. Glad you're doing well too. Oh, come on, it's always the American realms. American realms are so much less reliable than the EU ones. Like patch day on the US realm seems to last about 3 or 4 times longer than it does on the EU side. And then you get all these random disconnects. Right, let's kill this dude. Oh, well, that's a nice way to start the stream. I only got one of those about 10 minutes ago as well, just before we started. So how's everyone's gold making been going in? Look at this, it's just disconnecting continuously. I can't be having this because I'm supposed to be doing stuff on the American realms. NA beta testers. Hello Manfius, how's it going? So I'm looking. Oh, come on, look at this. It's ridiculous. It's all the time. Streamer look today. What's that? Two in about 3 minutes. Right, let's move that one on. Well, this is going to be a problem if I can't get this guy on, because this is a quarter of my American servers that I can't do anything with. Which is a tad bit of a problem. Right, we'll get you scanning, so at least you're doing something. I'm gonna go through and buy up the cloaks and stuff as per usual. We can start looking at that while that tries to sort itself out. Oh, these have gone cheap. Is farming that pet worth the time? Well, I'm not really doing out. The only other thing these accounts would be doing, could potentially be doing, is doing scanning the auction house like this one's doing, which could potentially make me more gold per hour, I suppose. But this is just pure, like, this is pure freebie gold, and it's like they're logged out here, so I just log them in whenever. Come on. It's behaved all day. Yeah, I don't know how any US streamer manages to stream on a Tuesday, because their reset day is just absolutely ridiculous compared to the EU version. Look at this. Look how long it's taken just to get onto the server list. Right, I'm going to have to switch around my plan, I think, because that's just too slow. So we'll get rid of some realms may be unavailable. So I'm just going to do scans on I'm going to do buy-in scans on the American realms for now, because then I haven't got to keep swapping realms so often. I only have to swap realms like every 15 minutes or so then. Although I can't even get logged out on this one. Look, how many times I click log out there. So you can actually stay logged in. A 6-day week is what you get for having tokens that cheap. Yeah, well, and for selling stuff at twice the price as well. Tokens that cost half the price and you sell everything for twice the price. It's a pretty good deal they've got going on there. This guy still hasn't logged out. And this is why it always makes me laugh when EU people complain about stuff, which you never see this side of it unless you play on both. Right, so where did I leave my It's because I saw those really cheap cloaks, that's why they didn't want me to get them. Frostwolf, Soldier. Oh, come on, don't you dare, don't you dare. That's mine. Come on, we've got look on our side today. Right, Frostwolf and Zul'jin. Zul'jin is Area 52. It's pretty sad when you know every single connected server on the EU side almost. I'll just buy those for now. I'll go and buy these ones later on the Russian realms, but I can't really do that when I'm on stream without closing all these down, and it's just a pain in the ass, and that's going to push the price up to 7,500. That'll do for now. Later on, I'm going to look at going into start buying up some of the weapon cosmetic transmog as well, but I need to have. I've not looked at it yet, and I don't know what sort of quantities that we're looking at. Oh, that's nice, a single one for. So if the quantities are too high, then I may have to just make a pass at it, but we'll see. Oh, someone's bought that one. Someone's beat me to it. Right, seeing as this guy not logged out, can't talk to the auction house, can't thingy, can't talk, but we've got no lag apparently. Right, well I'm just going to leave that there and let it do what it wants. Hey Kevin Spacey, long time no see. Right, well, yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of an in-joke, isn't it? Who's that then? Or have I mentioned it before on stream, the Kevin Spacey thing? I can't imagine it's something that I've mentioned before on stream, because it's probably not something that I'd want circulated too much. Yeah, Russian realms. I might buy those. I tend to be a bit more liberal about spending gold when I'm on stream. Yes, come join me. I need hand pushing those prices up. It's only 3 of them. It's worth it in my opinion. Was that for the you want the cloaks prices pushing up? Oh no, you're talking about the weapons, aren't you? Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna go mental on the selling price though. I'll probably like just sell between like 30 and 50k, because a lot of them you can pick up for like, if you buy them for less than 2k, I bet you I could clear out several surfers just buying up at that price. It was X-Star I was looking at. Cheeky 4 times. Yeah, that's the perks of being on NA. I'm tempted to go there to make it my main focus in Dragonflight. On the weapons, yeah, the weapons. Also, US realms are down, by the way. Yeah, as sort of noticed, seeing as this guy's not, like, literally can do nothing, which is like really fantastic time in a blizzard. I'm sure they did it just to wreck my stream. Yeah, let's just buy him, I don't care. So after talking to some people after the last stream, I have actually put my price down on these, and I'm selling these at like 100k now as a default price, and they've started selling at that price a lot faster than the 300k. I mean, which is obvious, but it's obvious that would happen. But if they were all that price, I'd have had them. But Yeah, I've got a feeling there's other people now that are investing in these. Well, I know there are some people that are investing in these, but I can tell now, look, that's barely below 10k. So the cheapest ones on there are like almost double my average buy price now. Oh, the Kevin Spacey thing, you look like him from the side profile. So we call you Kevin Spacey, you're welcome. No, it's not that. It's that's sort of it's an ongoing joke thing that I have in real life, because I've been called Kevin Spacey from many independent sources, which I didn't mind. You know, he's a big actor, he's okay and all that, until, you know, it turns out he started fiddling kids or whatever it was he was doing, and then it wasn't such a, you know, something I wanted to really be affiliated with. So I assumed you were somebody. I assumed you was a real life friend or something. Oh, come on, come on. But yeah, it's the hairline and the smile, apparently. Give us your best Kevin Spacey. Well, apparently it's the smile. But, I mean, I don't get it, but... Well, that was it. Easy and cheap. Just avoid the playground and just avoid the playground and you'll be fine. Oh yeah. One's done. What's going on? We're still not set out here. So let's just try relogging in on that one. I'm never going to get back in now, am I? That's just never going to work now. Well, it actually worked. That'll do. It's not going to be neat. Just whack it in there. Oh, of course, logging into games. Oh, there we go. Also, I can get online. The auction house is closed at the moment. Please try again later. Oh. How many times do you see that bug on the EU? Let's try a different server. Oh yeah, we've got servers going down and everything. And it's not even like it's a raid reset day or anything, it's just falling to bits. Right, we got down to here, didn't we? Quantity on these is still ticking up. Quantity's ticking up, but the price isn't going down. Like, you expect if the quantity to go up, for the prices to slowly drop as well, but they're not, because we're artificially keeping them up. No, it's not having it. It's just on this account now. Well, the other ones are working fine. That's really weird. I feel like Kevin Spacey's always upset. Well, he's probably got reason to be upset nowadays, but it's probably a little bit of his own doing in there. Yeah, it's getting much harder to pick these up cheap now. I've not bought anywhere near as many of these recently as I did before for cheap. I'm sure I've just bought off that server. That's fine. Cheapest one of them is up to 13k. That's fantastic. Seeing as how heavily invested I am into those. I've had those already. I blame Vardis. Yeah, we can blame Vardis for everything. Especially for undercutting all my auctions. I always wonder how much more gold I would have made if I never became a content creator and I wasn't always talking about the things I was doing. Because the Corvia market, I really did have the entire thing to myself. No one seemed to have any idea about it until they opened my big mouth about it. It. Can't click on out. 25k for Necrobind. You can still see though that these are getting listed cheap every now and again on some servers. Right, so these last ones, anything like down at these prices, these are all like, you know, you can sell these at 300k all day long. Well, I sell them for 350k. You can tell I sell them for 350k because like nearly every server has got listed at 350k. Actually, yeah, you can see there, that's where mine are, all the way across there. That's really nice now, actually. That looks so good, because that's basically, you've got all the information from the Undermine Journal there. This looks like stock trading, oh my god. If only we did stocks instead of the auction house, yeah, but if I were this good at real life stuff, then I wouldn't have to have a job, would I? But stocks are not as interesting. Well, that's probably true as well. I'm sure it's not as easy as it is as things are on WoW, though. I spoke about it and half the comments were calling me wrong. What was that regarding, Manfius? Have you posted some Money WoW Economy subreddit and everyone's telling you you're wrong? Those people that are also a week ago asking you how to make gold because they've got not enough gold to make a WoW token. Not that I'm fed up of posting on that place or anything. 180k. I do want to get some more of these, but it's just too well known. It's too hard to pick up cheap ones. So sometimes I don't feel it matters too much if you talk about things, especially if you're doing things out of reach of most anyway, or the core for your transmog. Yeah, like how I do things. Like people, the thing is, since patch 9.2.7, other people can get involved in this sort of thing because I know a lot of people have talked about the lattices and stuff like that, and because a lot of people have got a lot of gold from selling legendaries. And a lot of the stuff that you can sell is region-wide, then a lot of people can do the same sort of stuff I do, which is why I'm not going to touch stuff like lattices, because too many people are going to get involved in it. But some people, like, it's just generally, the less people know about stuff, it's just so much easier to do it. Like the cloaks, like a few weeks ago I was picking these up easily for less than 5k. All day long, and now it's becoming a real struggle. Hey, how's it going? Get rid of that. Vespoid already went up over 35% over the last week. The thing is, I think it's too early. I think it's too early to be pushing it. Like, we've not even got a release date for Dragonflight yet. But the thing is, somebody's got to make the first move. But do you just make an early first move and try and get them cheap and hope somebody else buys you out? And just try and get in and out the market? Or do you want to hold on to them long term? Because I'm sure they will sell nice long term. Oh, that's tempting. Let's have a quick look on that server, see if there's anything I actually want to transfer over. I'm not going to transfer just for those weapons, but Antinode is... With commodities, if you don't make the first move, then there is no move to make. Well, lattices at least. Yeah, it's just how high do you think the prices are going to go, and are you just looking to reset the market just enough where you think somebody else might be willing to buy you out, trying to do the same thing that you're doing? Yeah, we're going to leave that for now because I've only got crap on that server that I don't really care about. Let me just check these. We'll have that. take that. It's not a massive flip, but it's the only one on the server, so we'll take that because it's only 100 gold and I don't care. Razor flip. If this is the only one of these, I'm definitely having this. Oh, it's not. It's freaking. So even though I can easily make 5 times my gold on that, I can't be bothered selling the 0.02 sale rate against five other people. It's going to take forever to sell. Just check that mount out. But I'm sure it's not just... Oh, that doesn't seem bad. That's just someone that's put it on the auction house cheap. We'll take that all day. I might have been tempted by the bow, but there's like 10 of them on the auction house, so I'm not paying that. I'm not dealing with that competition. This guy still can't use the auction house, he's looking very bored. Crowblade, only 0.01 sell rate, but region sale average 24k and a region market value 88k, so I'll take that for 8k. That I'm not as bothered about because there's no sale rate on there. That's just a bit expensive. I might take the shoulder pads if it's the only set on the auction house. Yeah, it's the only set on the auction house, so I'll take those. But I'm only taking it because it's the only set on the auction house. What's going on here? Oh right, all them servers are down. Oh well, this is going to screw stuff up for the stream. I'm sure they're probably 3k plus in total circulation, but last time I checked there were only like 300 Vessel Void available on the auction house, and there's one guy with like 500. I'll drip them back in, making at least 35% profit as I go. Yeah, that's the problem. You never know how much stuff people have got in banks. I mean, I've shown you my thing with the croak shoulders. Like absolutely ridiculous numbers just stockpiled in banks, but they will all sell eventually. The botters and multi-boxers have been unloading Doonies all week for 60 to 80k. It might not even be botters and multi-boxers. It might just be normal people, because this time of the expansion is when people start farming stuff like that and the price does go down on it, and you do see a lot of them. You just see a lot more people doing those sort of farms. It might be botters, it might not, but yeah, it's not unusual. It's the same with stuff like Island Transmog and stuff like that. You start seeing a lot more of that and the prices of that dropping. And it's not necessarily bots or anything like that, it's just that there's nothing in current expansion that's barely worth farming. So people go to older farms. cheap. Even though there's 2 more on there, just let me check the price out, because I can't remember the price, what it's like on I can't remember what it's like on the EU. I know in the US it's like 150k or something. Oh, someone's bought it already. That answers the question anyway. Region sale average 100k, 0.01 sell rate. Yeah, so I would have bought that all day long, but someone's beat me to it. I want to try testing Farming Island Expedition soon as well anyway, but doing it with free accounts, so you just sit 2 at the start and kill stuff with 1. $300k for a glaze is not bad. I would probably buy it usually, but I'm trying not to make big investments unless I really need to. Why can't I type? That's why. I learnt from this mistake with the BFA mounts. Multi-boxes had them by the hundreds. 6 to 12 months later, they were still 3 to 5 times the price. Yeah. It's when you have like farmers like Student out there who can just hyperspawn everything in massive groups, it's really difficult to know what prices are going to do. How many hours a day how many hours you spend doing this per day? Not very many, because I'm working most days, and then it takes me like an hour to an hour and a half to list all my auctions. So this sort of thing, I don't do it very often. I probably do 1 or 2 scans of the whole auction house, of every auction house a week, and manually do stuff maybe once or twice a week as well. Oh, you. Yeah, it's not quite good enough to be worth buying that. Just a bit too expensive. So once I've just quickly blitzed through all these, like I said, we're going to look at 18. What the hell's going on here? Something's happened there. I have never seen those quantities before. Yeah, there's some new farm or something out, because those quantities have just increased like massively. Well, we'll stay away from those, because if quantities have increased that much, then there's probably a price crash incoming. Twisted Never, I mean, we'll have some of these. Where else did we have? Twisted Never. And that's Dalaran, which is a French server. Oh no. Oh no, server shutdowns. Oh, why, Blizzard? So even though these are never going to sell on this server, I'm going to pick some up just because they are so ridiculously cheap, because I know you can sell these for 50k each all day and they are fast sellers. I'll just take the bottom couple off and hopefully people will carry on dropping the price a bit more. And if I ever transfer away from this server, I'll just take them back to Draenor and we'll sell them on another server. They're never going to sell on that server, there's just too many of them. But they're just so cheap, I just can't turn them down. 1, 2. I'm not going to bother on this server though. I know I transfer stuff away from Twisted Never fairly, well, reasonably often, but there's no ear that I'm going to transfer really. And there's not enough gold that it's worth me doing a transfer, so I'm not actually going to bother. There we go, America just died. See, I don't get it. How can you get so many on one server? You are a legend, man. I'm sure the people who having to pay like 2 or 3 times as much gold for certain stuff are thinking the same thing. I did the wrong one. Fell flame, yeah. Same 2 guys, basically selling them. I would like to pick up some Island Transmog sort of in the next couple of months, as more of it becomes available. Like I said, because more people will be doing this sort of stuff, because there's no else to do at the moment in the game, and then the price will go up when Dragonflight comes out, hopefully. Region sale average 140k, region market value 300k, 0.02 sales rate. I'll take it. I sell those for 250, 300k all day long, so. Oh, 5 gold. As much as I'm saying there should be more island transmog coming on the market, there don't seem to be. A lot going around. That's Russian, so I can't get that, but I'll try and remember to pick that up later on. Right, now it's just, can I remember the name? So I think there's 4 of these weapons. You let me on? No rounds. So it's how much do I think we can sell them for? So it's 458. On the auction house. Now if we skip this over to Draenor, and if we compare it to the cloaks, so there's not actually that much difference between that and the cloaks, to be honest. And considering you can pick these up for literally a few hundred gold each, the auction house seems slow lately because of the RAF launch. It's been okay. It's been okay for me. Plus people doing other things because it's the end of the expansion, etc. $50k soon as people leave Zerif. Yeah, that's why we buy them all now. Right. So let's start stockpiling these then. I'm not going to do anything crazy with these. I'm not going to buy like thousands and thousands of them like I have done with some of the other stuff. But at the same time, having the stock for when the price does go up. So that's Russian. That's Malganis server. That's over here. So we'll buy them up to the 13,000, and I'll probably just, like I said, have some sort of super basic TSN group where I'll sell these for like 25 to 50k or something like that. and they probably won't get listed on the auction house for ages, but eventually they will, and eventually they'll sell. Black Woo. Wonder who that could be. Fral Hygel. Total EU is probably only a mil or two. Yeah, they're so cheap. It don't cost much to take the whole. But I'm just a bit cautious because I don't want to get to be carrying thousands of cosmetic items again. Like, it starts taking up a lot of bank space after a while. I'll say I'll pay up to about 1,000 gold on these. So I'll take the ones up to 1,100. Let's just push this price up a little bit. No coffee, no stream. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like a good rule for life generally, isn't it? Yeah, I got a fair stock on most of them already. Yeah, well, I had a feeling you would have. Area 52. And Arthas is Dorotan, I think. Is there any reason to not immediately post one right under the price you pushed it out of out of curiosity? Generally speaking, what you're saying is probably good practice, but it's just not worth the amount of time it takes. So I did used to do it, and sometimes if it's a big item, or if I've done a reset, server reset on it, and I want to make sure the price is high, I'll put one on high. But generally speaking, it just takes too much time to empty the mail and repost another one, etc. That it just slows everything down so much. See, it seems stupid to not want to put one on there for 300k, but so someone, that same guy, seems to be adamant that they want to put this. To have their price at 300k for these. It's the same guy. No, it's not. Well, not obviously the same guy. 2999. No, it's not the same guy. His TSM operation's different. but there's multiple people trying to sell those at 300k, or they're also trying to push prices up, which is fine. That's Twisted Never, Doomhammer. That seems like a really low amount of those available on a server like Twisted Never, where you'd think they'd have 20 or 30 of them on the auction house. The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Set those 6, push it up to 10k. So I'll probably do this, just buy the absolute real cheapest ones off the auction house. And we all have to say a massive thank you to Blizzard, because they didn't do what they did with the cosmetics from Corphia and made them more unique, which is an absolute pain in the ass when you're dealing with hundreds of them. Oh, that were nice. Just got 260k pop up. Nice construct shoulder plate sale there. See, if it was 2 for 1k there, I might have listed one on the auction house. Yeah, that seems really weird that there's none on Twisted Never, but that must be a server that Woo or somebody's on. Thank you for bringing creativity, positive, real goal-making ideas to our degenerate community. Blizzard better not ban you for some sort of dodgy stuff you make. I think, generally speaking, that the gold-making community is actually one of the good parts of the WoW community. That and the collectors, like mount collectors and transmog collectors, I think are quite decently nice parts of the community. I mean, obviously a lot of the rest of the community is a bit questionable at times. But I've just found everybody to be very very welcoming and helpful. Balloon. Yeah, I don't think I want to go much above 1,000 gold. The way TSM works though, those 300k ones were treated as outliers in the DB region calculation that probably won't push up the average. Would they so by that do you mean if they were the only ones on the server, so you had a server where they were just listed at 300k, then those ones wouldn't get counted? But obviously if you got enough servers at 300k, then it couldn't like list them all as outliers. Go on then, we'll list one of these. Yeah. There you go. My default listing price for these is 60k, that'll do me fine. And the thing is, you tend to find if you're selling things for like 20, 30, 50k, people are willing to generally spend that amount of money on stuff. It's like when you get above 50k, that's when people start thinking about the amount of gold they're spending. Oh, these American servers, what's going on? what's the difference between these two? Is this the same? So once again, there's only 418 of these, so there's not masses and masses on the auction house. So we can just pick up the cheap ones. So we've got Russian, 0, Illume, so we'll go back on Illume. Go back on Dorotan. Also, they are actually different items. Is the cost? I mean, it's gonna look horrible. Oh no, it is 2 different items. Alright, that's interesting. Well, let's do a reset. The RP is in the dwarf hand cannon source, that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm not 100% sure for DB region market, to be honest, don't quote me, I may be wrong, but if it's DB market, it chops off the bottom and the top 10% by price, I think, something like that. So yeah, if you want to do it, you've got to do it. If you want to really push the price up, then you have to be doing it on a lot of servers. So if you're looking at, you need top 10%, so the first, what, 8 or 9 servers that you do at a ridiculous price are just going to get ignored. So you have to do it on 10 plus servers for it to start really having an effect on the DB value. One is gold, one is silver, one is supplies, one is a drop. Alright, fantastic. US server's still down. I think I broke the auction house again, my apologies. I probably helped. It probably doesn't help when you're scanning the auction house all day or whatever. See, sales rate's okay, 0.04, that's not bad for transmog, but it's the sales rate's only that because it's you know, selling for less than 1,000 gold. I mean, I've just bought like 12 of these or something. What have I just done to that sales rate? I'm going to have to manually post one of these because I haven't even got it on my TSM thing yet. A small audio mic improvement would be awesome. Amazing journey so far, man. Good luck being WoW's first billionaire. I won't be WoW's first billionaire. There's multi-billionaires out there already. There's a lot of echo on the mic. It seems to be more of a problem when I'm streaming rather than when I'm recording. I think I could do with just getting a desktop one though, eventually, at some point. But yeah, I have noticed the echo as well when I've watched stream back. Shadow Song. Storm Rage, Proudmoore. Proudmoore. Oh, come on, America, get with it. I'm not doing a very good job farming here either, I'm not paying. So the silver one seems to be more popular and sells for slightly more. Well, that's got higher value but lower sales average. It's a bit weird. Yeah, that's one guy just posting loads. If I see tomorrow on the WoW Economy Discord that he's just sold one of those for 300k, I'm going to be like well annoyed that I didn't list anything. How do you determine which transmog to check out from newer patches and expansions? I pretty much go from almost anything new that comes in and just see how it sells. The best things are always going to be things where you know the supply and the demand's going to change. So anything from like Corphia and Zereth Mortis is great because people are never ever going to go back there after the expansion. So you know there's going to be much less supply coming in. So the price will go up. And it's just an easy way to make gold. Kaychak, what do you think of the Kaychak scale suggestion? What's the Kaychak scale suggestion? What have I missed out on there? Fral Crassus. Is it better to have a growing bank or to just invest in whatever you get into new crafts? Because I keep invested and I'm down on gold. Well, if the things that you're doing, if you're investing and those things are making you more gold, then that's good because it's going to make you more gold in the long term. If you're investing in the things you're investing in and not making you more gold, then you are just wasting your gold. But now's actually a good time to be stockpiling gold as well, because you don't want to go into a new expansion with hardly any gold. Like gold is always, having gold on hand is just too useful. So at the same time, even though there are definitely things you can do with gold to make gold long term, I'm advising at the moment people not do a lot of stuff and just try and stockpile gold. Because the amount of gold you can make at the start of an expansion is just crazy. If you've got the resources, because the price of stuff is ridiculous. It's like at the start of Shadowlands, I was buying some ore for like 300, 400, 500 gold per ore for the ore you got out of Revendreth. And it's crazy. So for a few hours there, people were making absolutely ridiculous amounts of gold. But you need that gold if you want to be first to market. For future reference, when putting out more videos, if you use the Undermine Journal, use Dark Night mode to screen blinds people watching it on TV. Yeah, you know, it took me like, it's only until about 6 months ago I realised there was even a dark mode on YouTube. Dalaran and Cult. Right, I'm not gonna. The scale is a concept in sci-fi to categorize civilizations based on how much power they nucleize equals. It's really, really funny you've said that because I know what YouTube video you're talking about because I actually watched that exact same YouTube video yesterday. Oh yeah, no, I saw the conversation. Yeah, I saw the conversation on. I saw the conversation in Discord. Yeah. I sort of just swept over it. I didn't have a chance to comment, but yes, the 8 billion gold one to max out on account. But wouldn't you have it so you can also have every character with 20 million gold, as in 10 million gold, and a guild bank as well, though potentially. These are the crappy ones to buy. Well, like 2,000 gold, but I'm just going to stick to the plan. And buy below 1,000 gold and don't go above that because it is tempting to go further up. What are you farming on your 5th screen? Well, I'm not farming out really because I never kill it, but I'm trying to get these big red ray guns. It's like an easy 25 to 30k, and this just spawns every 6 minutes. So it's a really, when I'm doing other stuff, it's a really easy thing to just be farming in the background. Because it's not too much effort when I'm doing a lot of other stuff. So that's that one. Why did I have to give them the same friggin' name? So that's Russian, French. See, price on this one's already up a little bit. So we'll take that one. I might pay a little bit more for this one. Oh, there's a lot less of them. So this one's definitely rarer. So these ones where there's only one, I'm going to pick all these up because that's going to be like... I can be the only one selling them then on that server. Well, I know Woo's probably got 50 on the server, but he's probably just not listed his auctions yet or something. Archimond, Aegwin. Those. I suggest the first person to reach official type 3 could have the scale named after them, and since your name starts with K, it would be perfect. Yeah, you could include... I think that would be nearly impossible. I don't know how much gold Magic Hustler's got, but he's hit 1 billion gold a long time ago. I saw a YouTube video with him having 1 million gold, 1 billion gold in his mailbox. I think that was in when he was giving out all those Brutusaur mounts at the end of BFA. When he, oh, that cat can make so much noise. Yes, I can hear you. Right, Frau Duratano. Let's just go and buy him. Let's get there because. Even though these ones are a bit more expensive, they must be rarer because there's hardly any of them. Now I learned today that with 2 of those cartel ones, I've only been getting the gold ones so far. Dope. That's the thing is, we're all constantly finding new things that we didn't know about. Like you can just go on, Discord and onto one of the flipping channels and see what people are selling. People ask me how you find stuff to sell. Just see what other people are selling. The same name, the same icon, and the same everything. Right, back onto Doratan. Come on, America. Doratan done. Even on some really big servers, there's not many of them. Right. And it doesn't seem right that the price is so low and there's not many of them, because usually if someone's done a reset and there's hardly any of them, the price would be high. Let's go over to Kaychak and check that out. Oh, that's nice. I'm not doing bad on the stream today, just randomly logging into decent sales. 361k. Do sell these for over 500,000 gold, but I think it's on a operation that does sell down to about 350k at some points. But still, I'm not going to moan. What did I buy it for? It's not on there. Oh, it's not on there because I've not got it out of the mail. What a muppet. Resale. Oh, it's still not on there. I must have transferred it from another server or something. I did actually come here for something, didn't I? You can definitely learn something major about WoW gold making every day. Yeah, you can. You most definitely can. If you want to, but some people don't want to. Some people just want to moan about the fact that you can't make gold. Unless you cancel scanning or something else ridiculous. I might take the Hydro one as well, seeing as it's only one. I know I've suddenly gone from only willing to pay 1k to suddenly paying up to 3k, but it is the only one on the server. It was the only one on the server, now there's 2. Fine, we'll do it anyway. I wonder how much gold I'd have if I didn't actually just waste so much gold all the time. Right, I'm not going to go any higher. I'm definitely not going to go any higher. Right. Edge of the Enlightened. So it's 491 of these. There's still quite a lot. But there's some cheap ones as well. Of course, they're all on almost exclusively German servers for some reason. Germans like cheap axes. So this one's probably the same. I'll probably go up to just over 1,000 gold on these as well. Yeah, there's a lot of people listing. Seems to be on nearly every server there's people listing like 3 of these. Actually, that's exactly the same TSM operation as one of the ones we saw earlier, 299997. So that's the same guy selling a different one as well. And that's how you can often tell if it's same person. Look, 997. So even though he's got different, his name's not related, the TSM operation, you can tell by what he's selling it at. And right, Sarah and Frau. We'll have a look on Dalaran as well while we're at it. Yeah, we'll do a reset on this one. I think I do already have this one baked into a TSM thing, but I've got no idea how much for. So I guess we'll find that out in a minute. Yeah, it's like okay one as well, that's fine. Yeah, same guy again. Exactly the same listing prices. Which I don't mind there being other big people involved with them, because it just takes a lot of the pressure off me. I don't have to keep constantly buying. Because it is hard work keeping the prices up all the time. I'd rather just come on, buy a load of cheap ones to flip and not have to worry about keeping prices up sometimes. Right. So what we're looking at, 500 of these. Just go a little bit higher on the price, maybe. A little bit higher on that price. I said I wasn't going to move on. Oh, come on, come on. Oh. Why do you have to kill him so quick when there's other people there? I'll just take these few. It's going to be a pity if we can't get on the American servers. That's going to be a real pity, because obviously I wanted to do this all across the American servers as well, and I thought I'd have a lot more. Generally speaking, it's a lot easier to do this sort of thing on the American servers than on the EU. Nope. Servers are still dead. And the EU people moan when we get 20 minutes of extra server downtime, and you don't get this in the middle of the day. That's fine, let's move on to the next one. So like I do with the cloaks, I'll just keep doing this every now and then. Pick up the cheapest. Antinodis, Hellfire. And this should be easy. Yeah, I see he's selling these ones as well. Yeah, it's he'll easily make gold over time. It's just going to take ages for him to sell. I've got a feeling I'm going to end up doing a lot of transfers before Dragonflight, as I centralise a lot of this stuff. Like there's some servers where I've got nearly like 5 bags full of cloaks and stuff like that, and I could just centralise it all and I can move things around much easier once it's centralised. It's so easy to move this new cosmetic stuff around that now it's not unique, so you can just move it with a normal character transfer instead of needing the guild bank one. It just makes everything so much cheaper. Clear these out. Do these actually even look any good? No. I think people just buy this stuff just literally for collection percentage more than anything else. Right. Deathwing. Malagos. So out of curiosity, switch this over to, since I can't actually look on the American realms because Blizzard have screwed me over today. See, look at that. Shows you why it's so much easier to control things in America. So this standard of the Wandering Brokers, 466 on the EU, 203 on the US. So the supply is just like, there's just a fraction of the amount, which is why it's so easy to control the markets. But if you look at the price, like the actual prices are comparable. You can still go on there and pick them up really cheap. In fact, if you were willing to pay up to 10k each, you could buy like 90% of the market there. So what would that actually be? Calculator. So we've got 203 times, let's go with the mean priced, say 9,000. So that's only 1.8 million, but some of those you're going to have some ridiculously overpriced ones in there somewhere, like you're not going to buy the 100k one. Like that's tempting just to buy the whole lot out on America. And this is why it'd be nice to get on these American servers at some point today. Oh, come on, guys. off those. House Green Quarteras. Oh, it's happening on the EU side as well now. How is it you even on? I can't even put up realms. I don't know. It looks like I'm getting slowly kicked off anyway. I was hoping to just be able to finish this off. But it looks like it's going to be a struggle. Do we know the reason for the emergency maintenance yet? No, I've not. Since I've started streaming, I've not looked to see if they've... I've not looked to see if they've put anything up. Do you ever flip battle pets? Yes, I do flip battle pets. I don't do it as much as I used to do. I did a whole thing about starting. I started all my entire US region started with just battle pets. But I don't routinely buy battle pets now unless they're extremely cheap, or unless I'm doing it for another reason, like when I bought loads on the Russian realms when they were really cheap, the Zereth Mortis ones, and bought them over to servers in the EU that didn't have them listed. I feel like someone pissed off Blizzard rather bad, or Blizzard pissed off someone. What? Because they're not letting us on the servers? God, my cat. Can you hear my cat? That is what I get at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right. Kale. Come on, Blizzard servers, just hold together long enough for me to just finish this off. Past your cat's feeding time, it sounds like, or she just wants all the attention. She always wants attention. I've never known a cat like her. I've got 2 cats. One of them's fine and chilled out and just comes to you every now and again. This one is just like absolutely crazy with attention. Like the most loving cat I've ever met, but also the most crazy cat I've ever met as well. Right guys, I think I'm going to have to call it there, because I'm not getting anywhere with these servers, and now I'm starting to struggle with the EU ones as well. I'm hoping to stream again quite a bit more this week, simply because my girlfriend's away and it makes it really, really easy for me to do it after work. So thank you for coming, everyone. It is really appreciated every time you come and help out. And oh, here we go. No, she don't want me. She don't want me. There we go. She don't want it. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for coming, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Okay.